Hey all, I'm Jack Deslip. I'm a big dork, the type of dork who loves looking at numbers and graphs kind of all day long. I'm the co-host with MM2K on the Numbers Show for Stadia. It's the monthly show that analyzes all the data around the Stadia platform and the community. And we thought that we'd try something new, which is to provide a weekly bite-sized update on the numbers as we collect them. Um, so that is what you have here. This is the first pilot of the new Stadia Numbers Snapshot. It has been, really an amazing couple weeks for the Stadia community and Stadia growth. Right around the anniversary, they rolled out some incredible promotions. They had Premier kits on sale for $22.22 to celebrate their second anniversary, as well as the ability to get one for absolutely free with any $30 game purchase. They also started advertising once again on YouTube, and it looks like it is paying off. Let me show you some of the numbers that I have been collecting and that have been kind of really amazing me over the last week. So let's first look at the Stadia subreddit growth. So that is what I have up on the screen right now. If we focus just here on Stadia, you can see here on the plot kind of a kink that's going up. You can see the noticeable kink in the curve around that anniversary. The growth rate has gone up pretty dramatically. If we click on the option to view the rate, so we can go up here and we can click here to view the rate by day. And if we focus in on Stadia, and maybe just focus in on this year's period, you can see a pretty dramatic change. What you can see is that the subreddit has been growing pretty consistently at over 100 Stadians a day for well over the past 3 weeks. And Reddit isn't the only metric that's growing. Let's check out the Google Stadia Twitter account. So if we go here over to, I guess I can just click this next tab since I prepared it. So here's our Twitter metric page. And so if we focus in on Stadia, you can see that after having a kind of a great spring and summer of growth, the Twitter account, shed some followers in the fall, which is not, totally unexpected for an account that has a following kind of greater than all the other cloud services combined. But, no matter, you can see the change of direction starting around the anniversary. The Twitter follower account appears to have gotten a particular boost this week with the, choose your own game sale promotion. And it's just about back to its record maximum. Another cool stat I want to highlight is shown here, and that is the membership at Stadia Source, which is no doubt, I think, the most popular Stadia news site. People can manually register in order to comment, to track their games, achievements, and to meet other Stadians. Very cool service. This week, it passed 4,000 members. So that's a huge, I think, milestone for a third-party site that has a manual registration process. So big congrats to Dan and the Stadia Source team. Let's next check out how some in-game Stadia leaderboards are growing. And so I want to talk about two in particular. So if we focus down here on the Dirt 5 leaderboard first, we'll go to Dirt 5. You can see that the Dirt 5 leaderboard has been growing like kind of gangbusters ever since the game joined in Stadia Pro. It's now in its second month of being claimable from the subscription service. And you can see that the leaderboard growth has not slowed down at all. In fact, if anything, I think it's growing even faster this month than before. One interesting thing we can do is again check that growth rate. If we go to, we select the derivative and again focus in here on the game. And it might be worth just for comparisons to bring up Sniper Elite 4, which had a big year last year. So you can see that the peaks aren't quite as high as maybe the Sniper Elite 4 leaderboard peaks were, Though note that I unfortunately didn't start tracking this metric until a week after the game launched on Stadia Pro. But what you can see is that kind of the momentum and the overall scale is very similar. So let's go back to the leaderboards and just have a quick peek now at Rayman Legends. So Rayman Legends is a new Ubisoft platformer that released on the platform. It isn't a Stadia Pro game, but it is part of Ubisoft Plus. So it's not, of course, not one of their kind of headlining AAA games. But what I want to point out is it's gotten off to a nice start with approximately 3,000 Stadians playing at least enough of the game to get on the leaderboard in just a couple weeks after release. So finally, let me give you a little sneak peek at something coming down the pipeline. Each one of the metrics we track on its own is perhaps not kind of totally convincing of an overall community growth. But one of the questions that we've been asking is, can we demonstrate that they kind of all share a similar trend, which would sort of hint that they are all connected to some underlying community growth? And so what I've done here is that I've put together a new page on Stadia Stats that shows a scaled comparison of the many different metrics that we collect. And check out how this kind of looks over the last couple of years until now. You can see that the curves follow sort of a similar trend and are clearly not randomly correlated. If we look at just 2021, so let me go up here and kind of just change the date real quick. So that you can see, again, how really well correlated these curves are. So, and in particular, if you look at this region sort of over here, you can see that nearly all of these curves have a positive inflection since November, demonstrating the impact that the anniversary deals and advertising has had on the growth of the community. All right, so that's it for this week. See you next week for another episode of the Stadia Numbers Snapshot.